AEW is the fresher and more unpredictable pro wrestling company in 2026 over WWE. These are my reasons why. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick here. Thanks for waiting. I had a very busy weekend with my family, so I apologize for the delay in the upload. Before I get to that claim that I had at the very beginning of the video, I'm going to let you know how to get entered in for the drawing for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. 3 things is all you have to do. I'm going to give some people some time to see this video because I know not everybody watches this video the moment it's uploaded. So next Friday's video will be the drawing that I'll do on a video. And to get entered into that, you have between this video and Thursday will be the cutoff of next week before I record and upload on Friday. All you have to do is on the next video that I release tomorrow, Monday, you have to like the video, comment on the video, and then if you aren't already subscribe to the channel, and that's all you have to do to get entered into the giveaway. And then from there, I will give people some time to watch that video if they don't watch it live, but the cutoff will be Thursday. And then, so all the people that did do those 3 things on Monday's video tomorrow, you will be getting entered into that raffle. The winner will get a pro wrestling shirt of their choice, any company, any shirt. I'm not quite comfortable giving away my address and everything. I don't have a PO box. So what I'm going to do is the winner, I will just message you and get your Venmo or PayPal or whatever you have. I will send you the money for the shirt, and then the personalized message I will give in that money that is sent. I know you can do it on Venmo. I'm pretty sure you can do it on PayPal as well. That's all that you have to do to get entered in it. And then all I'll need to know is whether or not you have PayPal or Venmo or some sort of service to get paid for the shirt. So the shirt will be covered by me, and you can go off and get whatever pro wrestling shirt you want. And then I would like to know which shirt you get. Maybe even send me a photo of you wearing the shirt that you got for free from me after covering the expenses. I have a Instagram. I'll have that up in my description by the time you guys are watching this video. A link to my Instagram. I also have a Facebook page. I'm not very active on those 2 yet, because again, it's a lot to do this YouTube channel as well as stuff on there. But that's what you have to do to get entered in. Just wanted to make that noted. Now let's get on to the claim that I had, where at the beginning I said that AEW is the much more unpredictable and fresher product in 2026 as opposed to WWE. Why do I feel that way? Well, look what happened on this past Wednesday's Dynamite. You saw Andrade beat Kenny Omega, which that was a huge shock. I love Andrade's push right now, and now he gets to go on and challenge even further to potentially challenge MJF for the AEW Championship at Revolution, I believe. And then you also saw Brody King absolutely destroy MJF. He beat him in 2 minutes. A little funny because MJF sold that choke from over the top rope. He fell asleep faster than I do watching an episode of SmackDown. But the point is that they are pushing Brody King really well as a true monster. I mean, they lost Will Hobbs, so somebody has to step up as a big man in the company, as Samoa Joe was told on this past Collision that he's injured. Hook is apparently the new leader right now of the Ops. But, I mean, that is very, very unpredictable episode of Dynamite. And then this past Collision had a really good main event triple threat TNT match. It almost looked like Roderick Strong was going to win. Super unpredictable match throughout. Tommaso Ciampa does retain. And then a fresh take. A reason why WWE is not nearly as fresh as AEW. The TNT Championship run by Tommaso Ciampa is already more unique and unpredictable than anything WWE has done so far in 2026. I mean, look who he's facing next week. He had Kyle Fletcher come out after he retained on Collision last night and challenge him to a match. We are going to get the Psycho Killer versus the Proto Star, and that is fresh. That is new, something that you haven't seen. These two, I don't think have ever wrestled each other. And now look at the flip side. Over in WWE, it's the same 6 wrestlers at the top of the card for the championship, like the heavyweight and the WWE championship. You got CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. Am I forgetting anybody? That's about it. You know, I may be forgetting a name or two there. I guess Braun Breaker now. But it's the same wrestlers that they've had for months and months and months. And it's boring as hell. It's not fresh. It's not entertaining to me. I get super bored by it. And it's not unpredictable. At least for me, I'm almost certain the guy that jumped at the Royal Rumble, jumped Braun Breaker, is more than likely Logan Paul. I mean, the guy's height, his physique, his build, he was tall, kind of slender, had some, dusty blonde facial hair. It's probably Logan Paul, especially the way that he looked at him on Monday Night Raw. That's about it. That's the only thing that they have going for them right now. And I guess the stupid-ass El Grande Americano storyline that's been going on. WWE pushes their gimmicky, stupid, comedy-driven luchadors better than they push their actual luchadors, which pisses me off. You saw Kevin Knight and Scorpio Sky, I believe, for the very first time in their careers against each other. And Kevin Knight is getting pushed. Remember when I said in many videos in the past that AEW knows how to push young talent? Kevin Knight's, 28 years old, and he went over like a 40-year-old Scorpio Sky, and it was the right call. Kevin Knight is getting pushed better than young stars are getting pushed in WWE. It's not a coincidence that AEW is doing really well in 2026 so far. Look at that right up there. AEW's numbers, huge for Dynamite. They got almost 700,000 views just on cable. You're not including HBO Max streams in that. I stream on HBO Max, and I know plenty of people personally. I know there's a lot of you in the comments that have told me that you stream on HBO Max. SmackDown numbers have been steadily declining, and I think this past Friday, last Friday's, not the one from 2 days ago, I think it only did about like 950,000. So there's a good chance that Dynamite is now passing SmackDown ratings. And for a 7-year-old company, that is very impressive. The only thing that's happening in WWE that's exciting and unpredictable isn't even stuff that's in the actual ring and weekly shows. It's the stuff that's going on with AJ Styles. I've got more AJ Styles news. He was on Stephanie McMahon's podcast or talk show, whatever, and essentially said, there's a quote that everybody took away from the interview and was like, well, hold on a minute. What's AJ Styles doing here? He said, never say never, when he was asked by Stephanie about why he took the gloves off but then put them back on. Is there something AJ Styles is not telling us that he's not telling WWE? I think he does still have one final run left in him, whether it's on the Indies, whether he goes to TNA for a moment, whether he goes to AEW and gets to wrestle in both AEW and New Japan, which I think would be the better option because there's way better talent to have matches against in AEW and also New Japan. And you know that AEW would allow the New Japan run as well. And even smaller promotions like MLW, Beyond Wrestling, Limitless Pro Wrestling, all kinds of things that AJ Styles could do if he decides to go to AEW because they have the much more lucrative and creative side of pro wrestling because they allow such things as that. I mean, look what they have done already with Tommaso Ciampa, building him to be a bigger star than he ever was in WWE. The highest thing he ever achieved in WWE was, I think he was a 2-time NXT champ during their best black and gold era from 2014 to 2019. That was the 5 best years of pro wrestling by WWE in the last 20 years, in my opinion. That is it, because when he went to the main roster, I think he went back and forth between Raw and SmackDown a couple of times over the course of a few years, and I don't remember any super memorable thing that he did. And look at what he's done already in, 2-3 weeks in AEW. He's already TNT champ. He's already had great defenses, and now he's going to be wrestling against, in my opinion, arguably the best pro wrestler under the age of 30 right now, in Kyle Fletcher. That is how you build stars, WWE. That is how you continue to build on already known stars like Tommaso Ciampa before he got wasted for a few years on your main roster. Look at what has happened. Right now, AEW got Tommaso Ciampa. WWE got Royce Keys, which, terrible name, I think. And look at the two. Which one's doing better right now? Tommaso Ciampa, in my opinion. And I know that AJ Styles would have the much better close to his career if he went to AEW. Because look, he lost in Saudi Arabia for his final match. That, to me, is like a slap in the face. He did not win any PLE matches in the last 3 years. Look at that right up there. 23, 24, 25, and then the one PLE match that he had in 2026, he lost. So technically 4 years, but I'll give him 3 because there was only one match that he had in 2026 before retiring from WWE. And he's one of the greatest ever to do it. And the fact that he didn't have any PLE wins in that stretch of time is absolutely ludicrous. But you know that what WWE is doing right now that they think is more important than pushing their young talent, than giving us, fresh, unique, and unpredictable storylines? It's rumored that Ric Flair might come back for one more match at 76 fucking years old. The dude, I don't want to watch that match. I'm going to be terrified that he dies in the ring. Although I know that he has said that he would like that outcome. If I remember right, it was Ric Flair in an interview, I don't know how many years ago, that he would, if he's going to die anywhere, he'd like to die right in the center of the ring. Ric Flair, I don't want to see that. I know a lot of people don't want to see that. Then they stripped away more creativity and more fresh ideas in WWE. Right up there, look what happened to Stephanie Vaquer. This past Monday, I thought I was hearing something different. They took away her better music. She essentially got Def Rebelled, or whoever made her current music. That song was generic as hell. There's people outraged by it on social media. Even the writer of her original entrance song spoke out and said that they spent so much time and effort making it. It's just like WWE goes on a whiteboard and is like, okay, what can we put up on this whiteboard that would be awful decisions to make? Let's make all those decisions. I want to talk about MJF. I think he's having his best run in AEW so far. He's really helping the world title picture in AEW feel fresh again. Honestly, he's doing better than Hangman did, and that's why I don't want to see Hangman versus MJF for that title. I'm pulling for Andrade and MJF at this point. There was a little interview that he had where he goes on to say, other companies give fast food, AEW makes gourmet burgers. It's like that movie example that I've given before, where WWE is a huge box office hit, but a terrible movie. There's plenty of movies that make a ton of money in the box office, but are trash. That is WWE. They are the McDonald's burgers. They're everywhere, they're popular, but they're not the best. Not by any means. So I agree with MJF on this sentiment. Then we have some stuff with Ricochet. People wanted me to talk about the Ricochet situation, and guess what? I agree with him. The people that are laughing at him and making fun of him are just huge WWE stans, because he is 100% right. After he left NXT, he was wasted and he was turned into a shell of who he was on the main roster. And it did hurt his legacy because he became a laughingstock. They didn't push him. They didn't teach him to do promos. Look at everything that he's done in his short, year and a half run in AEW so far. First ever national champ. He's got the Gates of Agony behind him as the demand. He is a top heel. He makes people want to punch him in the face, and that's what a good heel does. Stuff that he never did in WWE. And he calls out guys like Shinsuke Nakamura, Apollo Crews, and there's many others that you could list other than the ones that he talked about in his claim. And I agree with them. WWE has destroyed the legacies of a lot of pro wrestlers before those three, and they're going to probably continue to do that. I sure hope to hell they don't destroy Obafemi or Trick Williams or Javon Evans. But honestly, considering WWE's run and how they handle young wrestlers, at least one of those three are more than likely going to end up getting wasted, or in a year's time from now, will be lost in the shuffle on the mid-card. And lastly, all I had on this video, I'm saving some stuff for tomorrow's video because I said on my post that I will be doing back-to-back videos for you guys since I didn't post Friday. Right up here, Tony Khan has made a deal with the NFL, which is huge publicity for AEW. It's going to get more eyes on the product. Apparently on draft night, that first night of the draft, the NFL draft, which is always on a Thursday, it's probably the last Thursday of April or 1st of May. It's usually right around that time that the draft is on. Every single NFL team is going to have a luchador mask on AEW's website. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. Tough to be a Minnesota Vikings fan, but I am going to get one, and I'm going to have it hanging right up there by Darby Allin. So you guys can go online when those get dropped. If any of you are NFL fans, go ahead and get an NFL luchador mask. That's all I had in this episode of Screw the Script. Let me know down below your thoughts on everything that I covered, your thoughts on my claim that AEW is fresher and more unpredictable in 2026 over the WWE. And then again, just a reminder once more, to get entered into that giveaway that I'll draw someone's name on next Friday's video, you have to like the video tomorrow Monday, comment on the video tomorrow Monday, and then subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. As always, this is Maverick with Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.